Okay, good evening and welcome back to this week's edition of the Thursday Night Golf Show with, as ever, Joey the Tweet and the Average Golfer. Now then, unfortunately, we've got sort of, it's good and bad news really, isn't it? Bit of a mixed emotion tonight.
Bit sweet.
Last week we put out our very first video where we, some people thought it was acting. I mean, we actually did go.
Yeah, we did go to America.
We went on a trip to America, as most of you will know, because a lot of people out there watched it. Really liked the video. It's great success for us. We've got a lot of subscribers out. We're absolutely delighted by the response. The negative is, however, this is going to be our very last Thursday Night Golf Show and probably the end of the YouTube channel. Yeah, and that's largely due to the fact, well, Hollywood were on the phone.
Yeah, we've been in conversation with a couple of
big directors.
Yeah.
I've just had Scorsese just earlier.
I had Peter Jackson on the phone before, so.
So yeah, unfortunately, it's every good thing comes to an end, I suppose. Yeah. And here's a quick look at some of the clips or the movie roles that we have been offered in the last few days.
Say hello to my little friend.
Austin Powers, he's the snake to my mongoose.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides.
Now
Actually, maybe we'll see you next Thursday on the Thursday Night Golf Show.
Thursday, but unless someone wants to give us a shout.
Yeah, anyway, back to reality and back to the Thursday Night Golf Show. By the way, I hope you did enjoy our trip to America video. We had great fun making it. Probably a good time to thank both Randy from Fridays Golf, who got involved, done a bit of work for us out there outside of Bobbicks and on his golf course, and also managed to pull in a little snapshot and cameo appearance of Rick Shields as well. So thanks to both of them and joining in the fun and a little bit of a laughter, hopefully, that was had by all. Right, so like I say, back to World Golfing News, which is where we will be starting this week's show, as we do with every week and as we will be doing next week.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But first of all, we've got coming up the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Now, as we know, Arnold Palmer sadly passed away last year. This is the first time this event has run since that passing, and unfortunately, a lot of the world's top players won't be attending. A lot will.
Yeah.
But there's been a little bit made of it. Billy Horschel was sort of tweeted that he was disappointed with the people not, I suppose, paying their respects and homage to Arnold Palmer. But Ian Poulter came out. He is playing, defended that decision, and I think largely due to a bit of a
he was saying
fixture pile-up, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he thinks people don't really like the course, and also that there's a lot going on at the moment with the World Golf
events
and championships and all that. And then they've got the Masters as well coming up, so people are...
Yeah, it's a very busy period, isn't it? And I think the other comment I read was that it really is pressure to attend these WGC events as well, so to sort of pull out of one of those to go in the Invitational. I don't know, it's obviously a tough call for the players, but I don't think any of it will have been... Billy Horschel's comment, I think maybe, I don't think it's necessarily a lack of respect for Arnold Palmer.
It's just unfortunate timing.
Yeah, in timings and whatever else. So there's the first one for our man that mentioned Ian Poulter mentioned Arnold Palmer there. Next one was the winner of last week's event, the Valspar Championship, and this was again a bit of good news, then tainted by, well, there's no bad news in it, maybe for his wife.
Maybe for his wife, yeah.
But Hadwin, and I've got Hadwin, and I don't know his first name, do you?
I haven't got it myself, no.
So we'll just have to stick with Hadwin. He won the Valspar Championship, first PGA event, but bit of a compromise he has to make in the next few weeks.
Yeah, well, because he's won that, he's now qualified for the Masters, so now he can't attend his honeymoon.
Honeymoon, yeah, so he can get married, doesn't conflict with his wedding day, but he's not,
He's playing Augusta instead of going on his honeymoon.
So tough call. Honeymoon or the Masters?
I think I'd go Masters.
Yeah, you'd be playing the Masters, wouldn't you? Which actually leads on to another story surrounding Augusta, which is the fact that the headline that we sort of got onto was the fact that Augusta have announced they've cut the par 3 challenge, which is usually, that's the Wednesday night or Wednesday day. They've cut that field right down because it was becoming a little bit too congested, far too many people wanting to get involved. But the story that I particularly like is the understanding of who was eligible to play. And basically what happens is if you were to win the US Open, the US PGA or the Open, you had 5 years exemption into the event itself, so to play in the Masters. But then once that 5 years has expired, you became what's called an honorary invitee. And what that gave you was the same rights and that the players who were actually playing in the Masters right up to the Thursday of the start of the event. So you could play practice rounds, use the practice facilities, and you played in the par 3 challenge. And it amazed me because, well, it's a great, I mean, this honorary invitee must be like, you're licking your lips at the fact you're going to the Masters forever.
Every year,
and you're involved in it, even though maybe not as a player, but to be surrounded by that whole thing would be great. The downside is they've withdrawn that honorary invitee now, and I noticed in the name that Ian Baker Finch won the US Open, and I think that was going back into the 80s, if my memory is right, and he was still going back. He said it was his favourite day of the year was to go back to the Masters every year, play the par 3 challenge, which I'm sure was. So very sad news for him, but totally understandable that Curtis Strange's comment was that, look, we've had our time, it's time for others. So I think it does a bit, but you must be really disappointed if you've lost your honorary invitee. Right, so that's that one. Sticking with world news, a fair bit of it this week. Muirfield vote is about to be announced again in the upcoming days. So when I say Muirfield vote, don't forget, male-only golf club. They had a vote as to whether or not they were going to include lady membership.
They said no.
They said no to that vote. It lost.
Lost the Open.
Yeah, and then the news followed that the
R&A
decided that, well, look, if you're going to take that stance, then we're not going to give you the Open Championship again. And interestingly enough, money talks, or whatever, whether it's money or prestige, or whatever, whichever way you look at it, they decided that they were going to take the vote again, and that's, like I said, upcoming in the next few days, and the R&A are set to make an announcement, and the earliest they can get, if the vote goes the other way, which is expected to, it's got the support now of the captain, and the committee are suggesting that they allow lady members. They could possibly get the Open back at 2022 or 23, I think. So they've still got a few years to wait, and it'll be a 10-year break since they had it in 2013, which they last had it. But yeah, it was a costly vote in some ways, and it's a real climb down. I don't know what to think about this one, because it's
kind of torn, really.
Well, it's kind of your principles of a sale. If you've decided you want to be a male members club and you took a vote for it, and that's the way it went, then
stick to it.
I think so, a little bit. I mean, it just seems that then they were then threatened with the Open Championship was being removed, and they decide, oh, right, we better have a rethink then, which is not the reason really to change your mind. But on the flip side of that, I think that, and it leads on to where we're going to get to later on with some questions, is that, you know, in this day and age, you know, should there be a male-only club? I don't know. That's, like I said, that's going to be one of the questions that we look at a bit later on in the show. Anyway, moving on from that, not world news, but this is, again, I mentioned this the other week about the American Golf, which is very much, as far as I'm understanding, UK-based. Though it's American Golf, I don't know whether these are a franchise or they distribute throughout America. I don't know, to be honest with you. But American Golf are putting on 4 free shows, if you like. There are 2 in London, 2 in Manchester this year. But the story that I wanted to have a look at was they've teamed up with the European Tour and Sky Sports this year to put these 4 events on. They're free shows. They're also going to put a big thing on at the British Masters, and I think at the BMW Championships as well. And it's a real positive message from a golf retailer who realises that it's important that people continue to play the game and get involved, and they're putting a lot of money into encouraging people to play the game. The question really is that the broader question this week really is, are we doing enough? Is golf portraying the right image? Are players doing enough to encourage people to get involved in the game? And what is your opinion on the general state in the bigger scheme of things, really? Obviously, there's as keen golfers, we want to see that game grow, but do we do enough? And going back to, like I said, the Muirfield question about this male-only membership, again, I think of people from the outside who don't know about golf, and when they read that a club like Muirfield,
such a prestigious club, is against women members. Yeah,
you just think
of.
that they think that's, you know, golf is still in the dark ages. Is that a negative message? So I just think the question is quite broad, and it's, you know, do we really think that golf, anything related to golfers in general, are doing enough to promote the game on the whole? And I think one of the big things that I will say has improved, or at least I think, is YouTube.
Yeah.
The effort that YouTube makes to promote the game. I think our channel aside, and we sit down the lower end of the scale, but all the channels that are out there that do a lot of work to promote the game, I think YouTube is a real positive over the last few years in its attempt to reach out to, and you'd think YouTube was to a younger audience maybe as well.
And well, it's also a lot of people get sponsorship through YouTube, so like Your Golf Travel and all that. Yeah. Is then obviously helping that.
Cross promote.
Yeah.
So we're doing our bit, Joe.
Yeah, we're
to promote the game, aren't we?
Helping the game, yeah.
Right, that's enough from world news. Back to our sort of standard week, and we had a bit of fun with the video that we did on Friday, like I said, but we're back to serious stuff on Monday morning, and it was a time for the average golfer for lesson number 3, and see if Barry Taylor can work some magic and make some changes. And here's a look at what we did on Monday morning. I was in Chester yesterday, and a lad walked up to me and he gave me a flyer for a barber's. He's taking a mick or what? He died.
Maybe it's a...
yeah.
So if you roll your hands over, the ball goes on the outside.
Okay.
If you flip your hands, the ball goes on the outside.
Right.
If you arch this wrist and do the right sort of movement, the ball goes to the inside.
Oh, wow. Right, it's a very short show this week. Short show this week. But a couple of things to mention. We ran a competition giving you the opportunity to win a 3 nights, 2 rounds of golf in La Manga. That was with Glencore Golf, in association with Glencore Golf. Now you have to go over to the website, tioupload.co.uk, that's our website, and you need to register there for the newsletter. We'll throw up the links below for that. But the competition finishes next Friday and we will announce a winner. So it's been running for about 4 to 6 weeks, plenty of people in the draw, but by all means get your name into the hat. That will be a giveaway. We may announce that actually next Thursday's show. So last chance to get your name into that. Right. Second thing, and slight change for us again. Based on the interest in last week's sort of funny video, if you like, over the last week or 10 days, we've decided that we set up a camera based in our office, and it's a non-golf related video, so people who don't want to watch this kind of thing, by all means stay away. And because of that, we've separated a new YouTube channel. And the new YouTube channel is simply called Office Days. We'll send you the link below. For anybody who likes a sort of fly on the wall watch of what we get up to on a day-to-day basis, obviously it's a shortened down clips, there's some funnies in there, but like I said, it's not about golf, it's just purely about our day-to-day goings on into Upload Towers, isn't it? So we watched it back, there's some funny bits in there that make you giggle, but it's not for everybody, so that's why we've separated it into a different channel. But please, as we request, have a look at this link below, go and have a look what you think of it. If you don't like it, if it's not your thing, then never watch it again. If you do like that kind of thing, then please subscribe, because we're literally starting off from scratch and trying to build a new channel on Office Days at Tioupload. So have a look at that one for us. Anyway, enough of that. Enjoyed it this week. What have we got on next week, Joe? Anything exciting? It looks like nothing much exciting is happening next week. What I do know is, and one last request is that if you fancy a visit from, what have you got now there?
We've got the Ben Ross stuff coming in.
Oh yes, that's actually end of the week. So a whole new range of Ben Ross have just released. It's a good point though, we should have mentioned that a bit earlier on. I'll have to hang on for 5 minutes, don't go anywhere just yet. So Ben Ross have released whole new range of product. Putters, wedges, fairways, hybrids and drivers.
Irons.
And irons, of course, yeah. Now then, I would say Ben Ross is a lower price point than some of the top brands, the Callaways, the TaylorMades in this world. What I've seen in terms of imagery, we've had a sneak preview of this because we're literally not allowed to release any images, no nothing at all. We're allowed to discuss it, but that's about it. But I've seen the images of the products. Obviously it's all about performance, but on purely looks alone, really up the game, Ben Ross, from what I can see. We get delivery of the product in the next few days, and we will be testing those, like you said, next week for video to be released no earlier than the 24th of this month, which is their kind of worldwide embargo in terms of any videos being released. So that is coming up very, very shortly. And the last thing, like I said, was that if you fancy a game with Joey the Tweet and the Average Golfer, as ever, send a request in, and this is the important bit, don't put it in the comments, send it to info@tupload.co.uk, and somebody will be in touch and we'll try and arrange a game during this year. So anyone interested in that, please do so. Anyway, that is me definitely finished. Like I say, go over to Office Days, take a look at that. If you've just seen our channel for the first time, please subscribe, like, comment on the video and get involved in any way you can. And if not, we'll see you next week on the Thursday Night Golf Show. Thanks for watching.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Didn't put the glasses on, did you? You look far more intellectual with that, see?
So,
people would have took you serious.
Do you mean they would take me serious?
More serious.
That's the one.
Seriouser. Yeah, see what
Give them a clean.
Let's see what I look like with them on. See if they take me serious.
Let's just stop, man. That's that. Perfect timing. They're a bit big for my head. They fall off.
Look at this, mate. Oh, that's the...
Yeah, it's the wide angle doesn't really do it for you.